And Pete Zamora the last week and a half has been birdie. And I think you got a chance to see a little
there. But the story on offense was the play of the freshman quarterback Pete Zamora. Zamora started for the Green and connected with Florida State transfer Brian Robinson for a couple of big gains. He would also find the 6-year wideout Stone Scarcelli for a huge gain. Scarcelli would later find the back of
the one yelling, keep beating, we're going to win.
What did you like about the way that play just developed?
Yeah, I think, Peter Zamora, is a young freshman. He should still be at the prom. But what he's been able to do over the course of these 15 practices is he's been able to get better. Obviously, physically, he still needs to develop. I mean, his uniform barely fits him. It's hanging off him like a curtain. But what he's been able to do is he's been able to take the installs and learn, make a mistake, come back out, correct that mistake. And he's consistently gotten better over these 15 practices. I'm pleased with his progress, and I'm excited to see what he's able to do moving forward in the summer. I thought efficiency-wise, I think, Pete might have been 100% on the day. Now, I know you guys are going to write that he's, the Danny O'Brien Award watch list, but that's not what I'm saying. He probably only had 6 passes. But just watching him operate, he's got a lot more comfortable. He's making decisions a lot quicker, which is giving him some confidence, and that's what we were really trying to find in that next quarterback group, who could play well enough to develop the confidence to make some plays. And he was able to do that. Talent-wise, it's there. You watch them in 7-on-7, you watch them in individual drills. They've got the arm talent. Then you put the big monsters in front of them, and it's kind of like, can he see over those guys? And then all of a sudden, boom, he'll make a play, and you're like, oh, good.
Peter Zamora, he is a 6-foot, 200-pound quarterback out of Anderson, South Carolina, rated a 3-star prospect by ESPN.com, Rivals.com, 247sports.com, first-team all-region as a junior, threw for more than 2,700 yards and 24 touchdowns at West Side High School.
Pistol Pete, another young man you're going to see phenomenal skills, right? Really good strong arm. Obviously has played football at a very high level. Interesting story about him you'll get a chance to see. He's probably the only recruit that we recruited that when we went to his house, he didn't want to eat dinner. He didn't want to talk about anything else. He wanted to draw up plays. So Coach Cramsey and him were drawing up plays during the home visit. But interesting story about him. When I was with the Buffalo Bills, the quarterback coach was named David Lee. David Lee retired and is now training quarterbacks. When I got the job, David Lee called me and told me, he said, Charles, I've been training the young man. He's the best high school quarterback I've trained in 20 years. And he said, you need to take a look at him. We put the film on. We offered Pete. We recruited him. Pete's got a little thing he can hold over everybody. Pete was our first commit in the 2022 class. So he jumped on board. For all y'all drank the Kool-Aid. But he jumped on board. But again, it just shows a little bit about his maturity, him being able not only to understand what he was looking for in a school, in a college, in a program, in a town, in a city, but also for him to be able to find that here in Marshall. He and his family have been up multiple times. If anybody knows the best Cuban restaurants in Huntington, please let Pete know, because he's going to choose that over pizza any day. He's tired of it.